Hi, vickiecrystalynn. So we're going to do part 2 to when I found out that I'm not part of this world. And so, yeah, it's just like I'm tapping in right now. Beautiful. So many of you might be wondering why would I talk about aliens and see Jesus and angels? Well, they're like two of the same one. So they're all part of the story. So now when I started doing the sun gazing, because I would do it at morning and night, and I was a hairdresser, I would actually do it before I went into the shop. And if I was doing a client, I would, even before the sun would set, I would go and look at the sun. And many people were like, do you need help? Is there anything you could do for me, when they see me sun gazing? Because they didn't understand. And I was like, no, it's all good. But with sun gazing, it opens up your pineal gland. And then it starts connecting you to all you are. It's our sensory self. It turns on your whole sensory self of who you are. So it was probably a couple weeks after I first started sun gazing. I was doing it every day. And I was telling my daughters, my cat is shedding. I forgot about this part. Look, he's shedding. I'm getting it all on my nose because I'm petting him. So anyway, when I started the sun gazing, it's like I seen my whole world in a new perception. And so I started seeing beings like that are in the non-physical. So when Jesus handed me the chalice, the love that came through me, the light, oh my God, so beautiful. And but it made me recognize after the experience that maybe that was real, because I grew up Pentecostal and I never believed. I was always getting in trouble because I didn't believe any of it. And the only thing that I did believe and that I felt in church, in Pentecostal church, was doing the tongues. I really felt that. And it kind of terrified me because everybody's running around. But now that I feel the energy, yeah, that's a good thing. So after that, I started, I was actually, for about 6 months, I cried and I felt like I was alone because I had just felt something that I had never felt before through sun gazing, and it was helping my body. I was getting off all the medication from my pancreas and putting a stent into my pancreas. And then, when we have body parts that are malfunctioning, they are just wanting you to pay attention. So my pancreas is all about the sweetness of life, and I was going through a lot in life at that time. So I was going through a bad divorce, just a lot. So when I started sun gazing, it was showing me Jesus and angels, and it was just like unbelievable because I never really believed in that stuff until that day, until the days that followed after that. And I would see them just like I see you and me, but they would be in all their glory, like shine into the world. And they always like kind of merged with me. So I started, just kept calling Jesus to come forward because I felt very alone when I first woke up to that this world is different than what I've been told. So when I would try to figure it out, because I would look up everything on the internet trying to figure out, because I'm seeing people that aren't there and I'm seeing animals that aren't there, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I was telling my daughters, and my daughter said, Mom, don't be telling anybody this. Don't tell nobody this, because they're going to put you in a mental ward. But it was so strongly, the love was so strongly, I couldn't stop myself. And I felt so much better in my body. So when I started looking, up on the internet, and a lot of things I looked up said go to the mental ward immediately. So anyway, I knew it was something bigger than that. So I just kept trusting. I was telling Jesus, I just kept trusting. Bring forward what you were meaning to show. And every day when I sun gaze, every sun gazing was a different experience. I was completely seeing spirit before my eyes in the non-physical form. I could see him just like me and you. So, and it was crazy because I would say, heal my body, and I could see it on my body. I could feel like me. I didn't realize what it was, then, but it was like this being came forward and helped wash away the stuff that was on my body, and I was feeling it. And sometimes when I would go to sleep at night, this actually happened a lot, I would call for Jesus and I would just tell him, just sit here with the energy of me. And I could feel my beds like somebody was sitting on my bed. It felt completely, and I could feel the presence of Jesus. And then, there was times that I woke up and I could feel the presence of Jesus like laying right next to me. So it was really bringing me forward to, this stuff's real. It's really real. There is a bigger world out there than what we've been taught and programmed to believe. And so I was a hairdresser for 30 years. So I started telling my clients all this stuff. And I started losing clients because they're like, she's lost her mind now. But anyway, the people that left my life, I now see those people needed to leave my life. And it brought me to a greater understanding of myself. So then as I'm going through my days, I can't stop myself from telling people. I just am so excited. I can't stop. And like my first year of waking up, I cried for the entire year of who I am. I cried at everything because it's like for the first time in my life, my body's turned on. And that's what sun gazing does. It turns on your body. And so I was just feeling things and seeing things that I didn't even know. I look at the sun and the moon, because now I'm into both, sun gazing and moon gazing. And then I would see like dark spirits come from the moon. So it terrified me. And I remember in the beginning of this, I was telling my client, I was like, I think the sun is our creator. Because I felt so strongly. So this is in the beginning. So I'm so much further than that. And in a way it is. Yet it kept bringing me back to life. For the first time in my life, I felt alive. I felt alive, even though I seen all this craziness, even though I was like feeling all this stuff that I've never felt before. Unbelievable. So as I got into like talking to the other beings, because I would talk, but it was like I was talking out my heart. It was like I could hear them in my head and my heart would always be big. And I didn't even understand what none of that was. I didn't even know about the chakra system or anything there yet. But I could feel it, like my body was just like lit up. And it made me feel alive. That was the one thing that, it was like, I felt alive. So I will explain more in the journey as we walk forward into this. I am going to put up 2 on YouTube today, and that's to kind of, and I'm going to be honest, kind of draw people over to the YouTube so you get an early viewing, and then I'll put it on TikTok tomorrow, part 2. So I just want you to know that I'm sharing pieces of me that I have, that I have just grown from. I don't really recognize those pieces of me anymore. Those pieces of me created who I am today. And through how my abilities started and to this day right now, everything has completely changed. When I used to see beings before, when I first woke up and through sun gazing, and I still sun gaze to this day, 12 years later, I seen life change in me in every way. Truly, in every way. I send that to the next one.